Okay, so I had gotten in a car accident 3 years ago. I shattered my foot, basically everything except for my heel, had a bunch of surgeries, had hardware taken in and removed, had doctors tell me my foot's doing great, but in comparison to my other foot, it's not the same because my other foot was really great too. So I've been navigating this injury that I thought wouldn't take this long to navigate. And it changed from this focus in my foot to noticing it all throughout my body. I've been to chiropractors, different PTs, massage therapists. I keep trying to tell people that I'm feeling my body twist. And one of the big examples I have of that is when I drive in my car, I felt the whole process of my body shifting to where I no longer get even contact of my back along the chair. I can feel that there's like a multi-directional twist happening. I also noticed in my neck that there was has been a turning of my head, and my neck has like recruited some new tendons and ligaments to stick out of my head in an imbalanced way, and I have more range of motion to one direction and less in another. So I discovered PRI when I was working as a massage therapist with some scoliosis clients and some clients who I have been noticing this same rotational pattern. So I was working with scoliosis clients who have a rotation in their spine. I was working with clients who I felt like I could see the scoliosis pattern, but it was happening more in their hips and in their rib cage. And then I was also experiencing my own kind of twisting pattern. And they all seemed so similar. I was also really studying the diaphragm, and that was like this link. Anyways, found PRI, started learning everything I could about asymmetries and how I could help my body become less right side dominant. Did some exercises. The whole point I wanted to make is I'm driving in my car. It's probably a few months ago after doing 2 weeks of exercises very inconsistently. Because it was summer, right? I'm driving in my car and all of a sudden I'm realizing my whole back is flat on the seat. Like I am even. And I just feel this like different alignment. It's hard to explain it. It just felt like this powerful energy in my torso, like, wow, that's different. And I just start crying. And it's like, I just felt this realignment. Like, this is it. This is what I had tried to explain to people. It just felt so good. That happened a few times driving where just like that connection of feeling my back evenly on the chair is so powerful and meaningful to me because I had felt this twist, and now to feel myself untwist has just been huge. In yoga, I had worked a lot to try to keep my rib cage down, acknowledging that the rib cage shouldn't flare out. Like if you're in Tadasana, standing mountain position, or anatomical position, the rib cage isn't flared out. So I knew in all of my poses, I wanted to try to activate my core to keep my rib cage in while opening my chest. Anyways, a few of these PRI exercises, my ribs just stay down. I didn't realize it wasn't this like muscular activity that I needed to train and always think about, even though that never worked. It's a reorganization of my autonomic system, my nervous system, that's allowed my brain to sense and perceive my body in a different way. So it's organizing the tension in the way that my body is held because of the way it's sensing my new reality. So there's so many great YouTube channels on PRI out there. So if this is like exciting or you want to learn more, look up PRI. I really like Neil Heelman. Sorry if I get your name wrong. And Connor Harris. Those two really jumped out to me. But I wanted to have some kind of documentation or tracker of kind of these different situations that have been happening with me through PRI. I've had a few already happen, but I want to kind of break it up into small videos. So the first thing I noticed after doing PRI was my ribs staying down. Still continues to blow my mind. Now I know this is called the zone of apposition, ZOA. And when I drive, I feel my back flat on the table, and it's just been amazing. I also used to always say, like, I'm so sore for someone who does yoga this much. And now that I have really decreased how much yoga I'm still doing movement, but it's just really not that, like, let's get long yoga, long and limber. It's getting more and more concentrated on integration and asymmetrical integration. But I've also noticed my body is just hurting significantly less. It's hurting so much less. So just want to share that knowledge.